You buckle up. You think you know what's happening around you. But that tiny hole in your window, not a defect. Those black triangles on the wall, not decoration. That ashtray in the bathroom, even though smoking's been banned for 30 years, there's a reason. And the flight attendants smiling at you during boarding, they're not just being friendly. They're profiling you. Today, we're exposing 8 airplane secrets hiding in plain sight. Things you see on every single flight, but never understood. From safety features disguised as design flaws to crew protocols airlines don't advertise, these secrets will completely change how you see air travel. Some of these are so critical, they could literally save your life in an emergency. Others? They're just fascinating pieces of aviation engineering you walk past without a second thought. Hit subscribe because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a plane the same way again. Let's dive into the hidden world of aviation that's been right in front of you this entire time. The mystery hole in your airplane window. You're sitting by the window, 35,000 feet in the air, and you notice it. A tiny hole at the bottom of the inner window pane. Your first thought? Defect. Crack. Something that shouldn't be there. But here's what airlines don't advertise. That hole is the only reason your window doesn't explode. It's called a breather hole, and it's a pressure equalization valve. Airplane windows are actually triple layered. The outer pane handles the full cabin pressure difference. The middle pane is a backup, and the inner pane is what you touch. That tiny hole allows air pressure to equalize between the cabin and the gap in the window assembly. Without it, pressure would build up between the layers, causing condensation, fogging, and eventually structural failure. The window could crack mid-flight. Next time you see it, don't panic. That hole is doing exactly what it was engineered to do, keeping you safe at altitude. A millimeter-sized hole preventing a catastrophic decompression event. Engineering at its finest. Black triangles above certain seats. Walk down the airplane aisle and look up. Above certain seats, you'll see small black or red triangles stuck to the wall. Most passengers never notice them. Those who do assume it's some kind of seating marker. Wrong. Those triangles mark the seats with the clearest view of the wings. And they're not for passengers. They're for the crew. If something goes wrong with the wings mid-flight, pilots can't see them from the cockpit. So flight attendants use these window seats to conduct visual inspections. Ice buildup on the wings, flap malfunction, engine fire. A crew member sits in that exact spot and reports what they see. The triangle is literally a secret crew code for best wing visibility here. If you're seated in a triangle row and see a flight attendant staring intensely out your window, don't worry. They're just checking that the wings are still attached. A simple sticker that could save 200 lives if something goes wrong at 500 miles per hour. Why flight attendants greet you with hands behind their back. You board the plane. A flight attendant stands at the entrance, smiling warmly, hands clasped behind their back. Seems polite, professional, welcoming. But here's the truth. They're not just greeting you. They're profiling you for safety. Flight attendants are trained to assess every passenger during boarding. They're looking for who could help in an emergency, who might be intoxicated, who seems agitated or suspicious, and who could be a physical threat. That friendly smile? It's a cover for a rapid threat assessment. They're also holding a clicker behind their back, counting passengers to ensure the manifest matches who's actually on board. If someone's behavior raises red flags, they'll discreetly alert the captain before takeoff. So if a flight attendant seems extra interested in you during boarding, it's not personal. You either look helpful or you look like trouble. One smile, 2 jobs, hospitality and security. Airlines train for both. Ashtrays in bathrooms despite the smoking ban. Smoking on planes has been banned since the 1990s. So why does every airplane bathroom still have an ashtray built into the door? Because airlines know someone will eventually break the rule. And when they do, there better be a safe place to put out that cigarette. Federal aviation regulations require ashtrays in lavatories, even though smoking is prohibited. The logic is simple. If someone lights up illegally, they need somewhere to extinguish it safely. Without an ashtray, they'd toss it in the trash can filled with paper towels, leading to a potential in-flight fire. It's harm reduction, not encouragement. The ashtrays are there to prevent disasters caused by rule breakers. It's the aviation equivalent of plan for stupidity. If someone's dumb enough to smoke on a plane, at least don't let them burn it down. One outdated law preventing one catastrophic fire. That's why it stays. Why pilots eat different meals. The captain orders chicken. The co-pilot gets beef. Seems random, Maybe just personal preference. Nope, it's a strict food poisoning protocol to ensure at least one pilot can fly the plane. If both pilots ate the same contaminated meal, both could get food poisoning mid-flight. That's a nightmare scenario at 35,000 feet with 200 passengers on board. So airlines mandate that pilots eat different meals, prepared in separate kitchens when possible. If one gets sick, the other stays functional. It's one of the simplest, most effective safety rules in aviation. This rule has prevented multiple potential disasters. In rare cases where both pilots did eat the same meal and got sick, the flight had to divert or request emergency assistance. One menu choice that could mean the difference between landing safely and an in-flight emergency. Lights dim during takeoff and landing. The plane's about to take off. Suddenly, the cabin lights dim. You assume it's for mood or maybe to save power. Wrong. They're preparing your eyes for a potential evacuation in darkness. Takeoff and landing are the most dangerous phases of flight. If something goes wrong and you need to evacuate, your eyes need to be adjusted to low light immediately. If the cabin stayed bright and then suddenly went dark during an emergency, passengers would be temporarily blind, causing chaos and delays in evacuation. Dimming the lights beforehand gives your eyes time to adjust. Similarly, window shades must be up so crew can see outside conditions, fire, debris, which side is safe to evacuate from. It takes 20 to 30 seconds for eyes to adjust to darkness. In an evacuation, those seconds could cost lives. Dimmed lights aren't ambience. They're survival prep hidden in plain sight. Tray tables must be up for landing. You're descending. The flight attendant walks by and firmly tells you, "Tray table up." You comply, but wonder, why does it matter? Because in a crash, that tray table becomes a weapon pointed directly at your torso. If the plane makes a hard landing or crashes, anything in front of you becomes a projectile or barrier. A deployed tray table can cause severe abdominal injuries, broken ribs, or internal bleeding. It also blocks your evacuation path. Keeping it stowed ensures you can brace properly, exit quickly, and avoid injury. The same goes for seat backs. Upright position allows passengers behind you to evacuate without obstruction. Every safety rule on a plane exists because something went wrong in the past. Tray table injuries? They've happened. That's why the rule is non-negotiable. A 2-second rule that could prevent life-threatening injuries in a 10-second crash. Flight attendants sit on their hands during takeoff. Watch a flight attendant during takeoff. They're sitting upright, feet flat on the floor, hands tucked under their thighs. Odd posture, right? It's called the bracing position, and it's designed to protect their arms and spine in a crash. In the event of a sudden impact, loose limbs can flail and break. By sitting on their hands, flight attendants keep their arms secured and reduce the risk of fractures. Feet flat and forward prevents legs from snapping backward. This position has been tested in crash simulations and significantly reduces injury severity. Flight attendants drill this position repeatedly during training because they're the ones who need to stay functional to evacuate passengers. If crew members are bracing, they're prepared for the worst. And if the worst happens, they need to be able to walk and help others. One awkward sitting position that could save a crew member's life and, in turn, save yours. There you have it. 8 airplane secrets you've seen 100 times but never understood. From that tiny hole keeping your window intact to the crew profiling you with a smile, aviation is full of hidden engineering and silent protocols designed to keep you safe. Airlines don't advertise these features because, frankly, they don't want you thinking about crashes, emergencies, or what could go wrong at 35,000 feet. But these secrets exist because aviation is one of the most safety-obsessed industries on the planet. Every detail, every rule, every odd design choice has been tested, refined, and regulated. Which secret blew your mind the most? Drop a comment with a number. And if you learned something new today, hit that like button. Subscribe for more aviation intel that airlines hope you never find out. Safe travels, and I'll see you on the next flight.